S.I.P stands for Stamp, Ink, and Paper. Hello, my name is Michelle Carlson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Eagan, Minnesota. I'll be posting weekly videos to showcase a stamp set from either the 2022 Mini January to June catalog, January-February celebration brochure, or 2021-2022 annual catalog from Stampin' Up! These projects are designed for the beginner and casual paper crafter in mind. I'll be making easy, simple projects that you can use any stamp set, ink, and paper colors to create your own projects. Today I will be using the Blessings of Home stamp set. The Blessings of Home stamp set is found on page 60 in the 2022 January to June mini catalog. Here we have two beautiful images, flower images, that are very detailed, and then a bunch of sentiments that you can put on your card. We have "Thank you for inspiring me," "Have a perfect birthday," "We can get through anything together," "What a beautiful day for love," and "You are a real blessing to everyone around you." This also has a bundle associated with it where you could get some dies. We are not going to use those on our project today, but they're beautiful dies that cut out leaves and flowers, and then also your images that you can stamp. Please comment in YouTube underneath my video or on my Facebook group, Michelle Stampers, by Friday, March 4th. And you'll be placed in a drawing, and I will announce the winner in my March 6th video, and you will receive these basic rhinestones that I'll be using on my card today. Now it's time to make the project. We are going to be making an easy card. This is kind of my go-to layout, where I have the basic card base. We're going to score it in half, so that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I just have a couple layers that we'll be putting together to put on top of the card. And this is where we're going to stamp the sentiment and take a banner punch again, and then this will go over this piece and go over this card piece like this. This is what the card is going to look like once we finish this at the end. So first we are going to ink up our stamp, and we're going to use the largest flower stamp in the stamp set. And we're just going to make a design, and we're making kind of our own designer series paper or background on our card. So instead of cutting out designer series paper and gluing it on, or another colored cardstock that I've done in the past, this is just another way of making a background on your card. And let's see here. Right there. And we don't have to worry about the middle because that's going to be covered up anyway. The next thing we're going to do is stamp up the Spoller flower, and I'm using Misty Moonlight ink, and this is Misty Moonlight cardstock. And I'm just going to center this on this white piece of paper and make sure we get an even pressure all the way around, and lift up. Oh, very nice. So just a nice image like that. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment. I'm going to use "Have a perfect birthday," and just tap it on the ink. I'm going to leave a little space on the end because I'm going to punch that out. There we go. So I'm going to use the Take a Pick banner punch, and I think I used this last time on my previous card, where I'm going to just put a little triangle on the end of my saying. So let's just put it in like this. Make sure it's lined up and in the center here. And then with the piece you cut out, you just line it up where you want it. And then take a pencil and draw a line so you can get rid of the excess waste on it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you're just kind of eyeballing it, and then just cut it off. Put it in your punch, which one you want. Line it up. I don't know why. And there you go, you have a banner. And I'm also going to do the same thing with this one. So I think, yeah, we'll just punch it out and see if it's already good to go. So again, just line it up here. And we're just, how I layered this, I just have this one wider, a little bit longer than the back piece. So I just kind of want to do the same thing here, and I think that'll work out good once this is punched out. Oops. All right, and let's measure that here. Yeah, that'll look really nice. Now all we have to do is assemble it together. So I'm going to use a silicone mat because I didn't want to get tape on my paper that I'm using, but just put tape across your adhesive on the back of the white, and then kind of bring that white over the blue so that you know, it's kind of overlapping, but the white's a little bit longer than the blue. I think I'm just going to cut that a little bit. There. And then you're going to glue the white of your flower onto the layering blue. And just center it on the blue around there. And then we're going to use dimensionals on the back of the blue. Or it'll just pop it up a little bit. I just put one in each corner, and then probably one in the middle, just to, you know, so it doesn't sink too much. But we're going to have the wording across this way, so you don't want any dimensionals here. Otherwise it gets to be too thick and it won't go in the mail, or you have to pay extra postage, which we don't want to do. So just center this on the card. And then, as you can see, this goes off a little bit, so you want your dimensionals inward a little bit, and then one in the middle. And just bring it across your flowers, or your flower stem. Okay. And the last thing we need is the rhinestones. So it looks like we have a large one here and then two smaller rhinestones. I used take your pick tool, and this is a putty side, and you just twist this end, and a little bit will come out, so just don't twist it very much. And then once it comes out, just form it into a ball, and it will, and then you can push what you want and it'll stick, and then you can place it where you'd like your rhinestone. So here, here, and one here. So the rule of thumb is kind of do odd numbers, so 3 and making a triangle is really appeasing to the eye. So here is our done card. Very easy to do. So you can also decorate the inside of your cards. And you can use either the big one, the big stamp, or the small one. So let's just use the big one for this one, and you can just stamp directly on the card and put another sentiment like up there if you want to. So I'm just getting that big flower and the other flowers kind of in this corner to make it decorative. Otherwise, what I like to do so I don't screw up my base card is stamp on a white piece and then put it on a layering card and then put it in the inside. And this time I'm going to use the smaller flower, I think. And maybe just put it on the side here or down here so it doesn't take up so much room. Just like that. Make sure your white inner piece is at 3 3/4 by 5. Somehow I got some stuff on there. Okay. And then your regular, your blue piece is 5 1/4 by 4. And of course I'll have these measurements on my website. And the link will be below in the description. So you can have it like this, or just go like this. And then also you could stamp your sentiment before you glue it on also, if you want to say anything else or just write into it, write on it as is. And don't forget to decorate your envelope. We don't want any naked envelopes going out. So you can do the same thing with a small flower. And this is the only area right here where you can stamp because otherwise you have your return address and your address and then, you know, whatever else, the stamp. So this is pretty much the only spot you can stamp, but you can also stamp on the back too if you prefer. I just do a little bit on the corner just to, you know, kind of coordinate with the card on the inside. And then since I did the big flower on the inside of this one card, then I'm going to do the same thing on the outside of the envelope. So this envelope would coordinate with this card, and then this envelope would coordinate with this card. We'll find the measurements and product list on my website, michellestamping.com, and click on S.I.P. Party. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours and help you with any paper crafting supplies you may need. If you would like a catalog, please email me at michellestamping@gmail.com. All of these links are below under the video for your convenience. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you are notified when I post a new video. Now I'd like to show you some other projects using the Blessings of Home stamp set. This is one I made for a card swap. I also used one of those dies, and this opens up this way where I used both of the stamped images, and then I kind of did this similarly, so I think this inspired me to make one like this. And then I learned this fold from Connie Stewart at a Creative 8 retreat. Also, the fold could go this way. I just accidentally put it on that side. So either way, you can fold it open up this way or open up the other way. On this one I got from my friend Leilani Kusamoto, who gave me this as a card swap, and she stamped the image, but then she also die cut it out, and she used silver pearls, metallic pearls, and then also embossed the background. And the embossing folder is called Pretty Flowers, and that is in the annual catalog. And then she die cut out her sentiment. Very sweet. And then this one also this was also a card swap, and this was from Janet Russell. And she did a kind of a gatefold, except just a large versus having a gatefold like I did. That's, you know, even. This is one smaller and one larger, and then she used designer series paper that you can find on page 59 in the mini catalog called Heart and Home. And then also on the gatefold she used the designer series paper here too, and stamped her image with the cinnamon cider. And then these are all blue, but you can use other colors too. And I believe this is the new in color Fresh Freesia. And then matched it with Rich Razzleberry. And that just looks so gorgeous. And this was a card swap from Diane Matthews. And then she used the brushed brass butterflies on her card. Similar layout to mine, except she used kind of did a crisscross background. And then this is another card I made, and using this fun fold that I just learned, and I don't remember her name on the YouTube, so I apologize. I should have wrote it down. But she made this fun fold slimline card, and I just created it to my own using the Home and Blessing stamp set, or Blessings of Home stamp set, sorry. And I used some of the designer series paper here, and I also used the bumblebee embellishments, also the brass brushed butterflies. And then I just stamped it here so that you can see it when the card is closed. So when you write, just make sure you don't write above or below this area. So that is some. As you can see, this stamp set is a lot of fun. You can create different things and use different colors. So hopefully you get a lot of inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you make a card, please feel free to add it to the comments underneath this video. I would love to see your cards and what stamp set and paper you use. Thank you for watching, and happy stamping!